So what does it mean in chapter 4, verse 2? You shall not add to the word that I command you, nor shall you subtract from it.
Yeah, and then later on he reiterates, I'm giving you the whole of the teaching here.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I mean, it's really not consistent with what Jews have done with Judaism.
Yeah,
the whole concept of
Judaism.
building a fence around the law.
Yeah.
It's in some ways it's been a constant process of addition.
Yeah.
So I don't. It's interesting to see how observant Jews rationalize that.
You know, they've got rationalizations, but
right.
like Prager points out, like there are two types of people that can't handle this. You know, those to the right and those to the left. Those to the right in religious lives just have to keep adding more and more and more commandments. Right. Those to the left saying, "Oh, we don't need." You know, we can subtract from commandments. We just need to keep the spirit.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Right. So people, that's right. People object.
All we need is tikkun olam.
Yeah, but the tikkun olam brigade is pretty fluffy in their reasoning. The Orthodox, I mean, those who really believe that they're Torah true, that they're Torah true, are doing precisely what is said not to do here, which is they're adding a vast amount to it. And the thing is that you can say that about the whole oral law. They just say, oh well, this was actually delivered at Sinai. So you would add on to it, and then you claim that it was delivered at Sinai. But it's pretty explicit here. No, this is the whole of it. It's what he said to the assembled Israelites at Sinai, and then what he told Moses privately after they left. That's it.
Do you ever feel intimidated by Orthodox Jews? I mean, they're so fierce and distinctive, and like there's beards and their own practices, and they tend to be like very fervent. Doesn't bother you?
No, I don't find that intimidating.
You don't want to like drag them behind a truck?
No. No, I guess I find it interesting.
Okay.
Why do you find it intimidating?
Yeah, I do. Like people who are more religious than me, I do find it intimidating. Like when we start discussing something, and they're more religious than me, they know they're more religious than me, they know more than me, they're more Jewish in the way they lead their life than I am, and I definitely do feel intimidated, and I think a lot of people do, because particularly non-Orthodox Jews are always complaining that the Orthodox Jews don't regard their practice of Judaism with equal respect.
Right, well they don't.
Well, they don't, but why should that matter? Like I've never met an Orthodox Jew who complains about the way Reform and Conservative Jews view them.
Right.
We don't care.
No, right.
But
Exactly.
the non-Orthodox Jews are very concerned about the way Orthodox Jews.
Yeah, they want validation.
Yeah, they want validation. They want us to say that what they're doing is okay and legitimate.
Right, and and in some ways they're giving away the game right there, because they're looking to their right and saying, "You guys are the arbiters of what's legit and what's not."
And they're worried that whether we think they're Jewish or not.
Yeah. They need to. So, I mean, those traditions will, I think, come into their own when they let go of that kind of dependence on Orthodox validation.
Chapter 4, verse 3. Your eyes have seen what Hashem did with Baal Peor. That's when God commanded and the Israelites wiped out 24,000 fornicators.
And this is right on the heels of saying, by the way, not to add anything or take anything away. I mean, that's when the mention of Baal Peor comes up. So there, he's not playing around when he says not to add anything or take it away.
Like the Torah is not shy about making threats.
No.
Like they're very long and very detailed curses. Like I think the most detailed and horrifying curse is that you shall eat your own children.
Yeah, right.
And that you shall eat your own placenta and hide it from your family.
That's right.
Because you want it to eat.
Right. Or they'll eat, and women will eat their.
I mean, you're a doctor. Do placentas make good eating?
Certainly, many people think so. Apparently, they go well in an omelet. They're nutrient rich, I suppose.
But I mean, would you hide a good juicy placenta from your own family?
Well, but
or would you just eat it all yourself?
But but the portion you're talking about is not just the afterbirth. If I'm not mistaken, it says women will eat their babies.
Yeah, they will. Yeah.
So this is the Torah is replete with both carrots and sticks, threats and enticements. It's also replete with indications that following the law, that there's a futility to attempting to follow the law. But
what do you mean that there's a futility in attempting to follow it?
Well,
are you thinking of the New Testament here, Jerry?
no, no. I mean, even here, there's the line where he says, "Now, I call heaven and earth this day to witness against you that you shall soon perish from the land that you are crossing the Jordan to possess. You shall not long endure in it, but shall be utterly wiped out."
Oh yeah, it doesn't seem very optimistic.
No. So I mean, he's
If you had to guess, when do you think that was written? Before or after?
yeah, I would guess that was after. It seems there's a lot of wisdom, retrospective wisdom in that statement.
Hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah, but it's kind of an odd juxtaposition to put that right next to all the this delivery of the law along with this statement, like, and you're not going to do it, and this is and you'll be scattered among the peoples, and only a scant few of you shall be left.
What's your impression of the ratio between sticks and carrots in the Torah? Strikes me it's about 5-1, maybe even 10-1.
The sticks win. Sticks definitely win in the Torah. Yeah, the sticks are way ahead. The carrots are much fewer and farther between.
Yeah, and there's nothing about 72 virgins in heaven.
No, nothing even. That's a quality of incentive that we just don't have in our tradition.
So chapter 4 verse 6, you shall do the law, for it is your wisdom and discernment in the eyes of the Goyim. You shall hear about all these chukim. So not the mishpatim, but the chukim, the ones that are supposedly have no rational basis. And they'll say, surely you're wise and discerning people is this great nation. So do you think when the Goyim see the way that Jews observe Jewish law today, they say, surely a wise and discerning people is this great nation?
No, we've failed in this respect. Throughout Jewish history, failed miserably. It's there. We've elicited hatred pretty much wherever we've gone. So we haven't. The whole idea of kiddush Hashem, like sanctifying God with we just seem not to do that. And here it really does seem. I mean, the word is key. Ushmartem v'asitem ki. You do this because they're going to because the Gentiles then will say this about you. So if that's really the motivation for following the law, then we've really just screwed it up miserably.
Hey, we've got a hot chick in the chat room. She hasn't said anything yet, so don't worry. I'll keep it monitored for you so that you can preoccupy yourself with the words of Holy Torah.
Okay.
I do want to give you credit, Joey. You do fulfill chapter 4, verse 4. Those of you who cling to Hashem, your God, you are all alive today. You're alive today, Joey.
Those of you who cling to Hashem, yes, you're all alive
You're
today.
very alive today.
I am alive today.
And despite what many people say. And the Azkal commentary is, it's not possible for a human being to cling physically to God, but if someone reveres and seeks ways to help Torah scholars, the Torah reckons it as if that person were clinging to God, promises him the life of the world to come. So you've taken me...
The life of the world to come. So by clinging to someone higher up in the Jewish hierarchy, you are...
So you've taken me to Nana several times. So you are fulfilling this mitzvah. Because compared to you, I am a Torah scholar.
You are a Torah scholar in comparison to me. Yeah. So you are. So
and you've taken good care of me.
I cleave to you.
You've driven me places.
That's right. That's right.
You when I'm about to sit down, you pull the chair out for me.
Right.
You wipe the sweat off my brow.
So what's the promise there? What will I get?
You will get the world to come.
The world to come.
Seriously, I had this Orthodox rabbi who told me that I would make it into the world to come simply on the basis of all the different ways I had helped him.
Really?
Yeah.
That's just insufferably arrogant, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, what do you think? What do you think about that case? Surely you heard about the case in Israel. This woman in Jerusalem meets a guy who tells her he's Jewish.
Yeah,
and then they immediately go off to a building and have sex. And then she regrets the sex, and she finds out that the man wasn't Jewish, that he was an Arab.
Well, one thing I read...
And he got sentenced to 18 months in prison for rape because he had sex with her under
false
deception.
pretenses. Well, one thing I read said that it was because he claimed he was single and not because he claimed he was Jewish. So I don't know if that's true.
I
mean, if guys were, I mean, it's ludicrous. I mean, if guys were sent to jail every time they managed to get sex by misrepresenting themselves to a woman, there would be very few